Hello, my name is Catherine McGahey Doherty, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Association of Literacy Educators and Researchers. So first things first, I want to talk about their conference. So let me click on their conference. Their conference this year is going to be held November 7th through the 10th in Corpus Christi. The theme is Building Bridges with and for Literacy. And the keynote speakers will be Sadia Faruqi, Dr. David E. Kirkland, and Matt De La Pena. Conference registration, it says it opens in April 2019, and it says that early bird discounting, which is 20%, is available for registrants until October 1st. So if you plan to go ahead and do the early bird registration. Also, with this conference, they are accepting proposals. So if you're interested in submitting a proposal, that is due March 8th. So you still have a little bit of time. Let me pull that up and I'll show it to you guys. So as you know, the theme is Building Bridges with and for Literacy. Okay, so you guys will discover that if you attend, many of the presentation strands align to common themes within literacy education. So it really applies to if you're a preschool through a high school teacher, you can attend. If you're an administrator, if you're a faculty member or a student in higher ed, there are so many different areas that apply to you guys. With that being said, you guys can submit proposals. What you're doing on your school campuses, what you're doing with your students, that's really valuable work and other people want to hear about it. So consider submitting a proposal. You could submit a graduate student digital poster session. You could do a roundtable discussion. I've personally done roundtable discussions before, and I feel like they're really, they're less intimidating and they're informal. And if you have never done a conference presentation before, that's a good way to break the ice. There's also session presentations, which are conceptual or theoretical papers, instructional paper presentations, or research reports, and they usually focus on a single topic. There's the symposium format. There are workshops. There's the college literacy division idea exchange. So it's basically where you can exchange ideas, and you would apply through that division online. There's also the Adult Learning Division Roundtable, so you have to apply through the Adult Learning Division. Like if you go in here and you go through the divisions, you can click on them and it'll tell you where to apply. The same thing for the Teacher Education Division Roundtable. If you click on it, it talks about, let me show you guys while I'm here. It talks about the roundtables. So it's like if you want to submit, it should be based on like teacher education practices, a current teacher education program or political issue, or any type of curriculum or other related issues. So that's something to consider. So please submit a proposal. Finally, even though I've was talking about proposals, I do want you guys to be thinking in the future. If you can't attend this conference in Corpus Christi, they already have their 2020 conference date set. It's November 5th through the 8th in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So mark your calendars for that. Okay, next I want to talk about publications. So what journals and magazines can you read that are published by this organization? So the first one is the Literacy Research and Instruction Journal. So it's an international referred professional journal that publishes articles addressing research and instruction in reading education and allied literacy fields. So this is more research based, so it is not practitioner based. If you look for how you would submit and submission procedures, they do have a call for special issues. So it's for emerging scholar series. So anyone that is a doctoral candidate or a faculty member with less than 2 years of experience, if you want to publish your ongoing research, this would be a great opportunity. It's like less than 10 pages. You have to include, a lit review methodology in your preliminary findings, but it would definitely be something if you're interested, in doing research and the deadline is ongoing. So consider that. Um, if you are more on the practitioner side, which I know a lot of us are because we're working on becoming master reading teachers, the Exploring Adult Literacy magazine might be more for you. It's an online magazine, but it's for adult literacy practitioners. So let me click on it and I'll show you guys about it. So this is the link that it takes you to, and let's go to the archives. The one thing that I did think was a little bit odd, the archives are from 2013, like that was the last archive. So I don't know if they just don't put the archives in the last 5 years. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't say anything about it being shut down. It definitely seems like they're still accepting proposals. If you want to submit an article or anything, it has to be between 500 and 1,500 words. They want APA style. They want the content to be practical, field-based. They want it to, they want it to be balanced. So they like a variety in their journal. So I think that if you are looking to submit and get some publications, this would definitely be a good avenue to explore. Also, in regards to publications, I want to talk about the yearbook. So the ALER yearbook. So if you attend the conference, basically, if you attend the conference and you've presented at the conference, you can submit a paper based on your presentation. So they encourage everyone who presents at the past conference to submit. Now, it's not guaranteed that you will get in if you presented, but it's worth a shot. So if you presented or you get a conference, proposal acceptance, consider submitting to their yearbook, okay? And last but not least, Literacy News. This is just basically their own little, blog style bulletin board magazine, whatever, online magazine, whatever you call it, where they give updates about what's going on within their various divisions. So it's the update from the president of the organization, from the college literacy division, from the adult learning division, from the teacher education division, from the clinical division, all of that. So it's letting you know what all is going on in the organization. So if you click on it, like it says, talks about the college literacy division and their meeting, excuse me, when their current meeting would be held. And it talks about, their idea exchange. So I would definitely consider, this if this is something that you are passionate about. Next, I want to talk to you about resources and literacy, advocacy that they offer. So the first resource that I want to point out is the Career Center. I know it sounds silly, you guys, we all have jobs, whatnot, but this is a good place where you can go and you can search for jobs relating to literacy. So I just typed in education, for instance, and then you hit search, and you're going to have a lot of options pop up. So like reading faculty to train as a reading recovery trainer. And then a director of a nonprofit for a language and literacy center. Assistant professors, a director of research, director of programs. So it's just different job opportunities that's always good to, keep in mind. Also, I want to point out, okay, we think about how do they give back to the community. So I was clicking around and I was saying, okay, how do they give back? What kind of resources do they have? If you click on this, they give to the reading room. And so this is from the 2018 conference, but they collect books and donated copies of recent publications to give to the reading room. And they also, they bid on the books that you've donated. So you can donate a book and then people will bid on the displayed books. And so that is a great opportunity. So if you end up going to the next conference, bring a couple of books to donate. That's always, wonderful. And you might find a new text for your course or a copy of a novel that you always wanted to read but never got around to. So think about doing that. Also, I wanted to point out that they have a couple of awards that I think would be interesting to you guys. So this award right here, this is the J. Estelle Alexander Future Literacy Leaders in Literacy Award. And so you can submit your master's or your dissertation to this, and sometimes you'll be chosen to present at the conference. So that'd be a really great opportunity. I think the deadline is, I think it's August. Here, let me click around. I think it is August 1st. Yeah, so it says August the scholarly research should have occurred between December 1st and 2017 and June 1st, 2019. But yeah, August 1st is the deadline. So if you are finishing up your master's research, go ahead and submit it. That would be great. Also, there is another award is for teacher education research grant. So, well, that's the winner. I'm looking for the actual grant itself. Um, you have to be if you are a doctoral student, you have to be a faculty member at a university. You have to be a member of the Association of Literacy Educators and Researchers. But basically, if you're doing research that applies to this, you can apply for a grant and you can win $3,000. So I thought that was really neat. So thank you for listening today about ALER. I hope I gave you some resources and some professional development opportunities, and I hope you consider going to their conference. Registration opens in April. Okay, hope to see you there.